So today we did hear the overview and a little bit more in depth about the governor's budget, and I think definitely we're welcoming the tax relief, and he was able to explain a little bit more about the circuit breaker approach. The other thing he continues to emphasize is consolidation. But if you look in many parts of Long Island, it's very hard to consolidate a lot of the services in terms of the actual local governments. What I think we do need to continue to emphasize, though, is what's going on in the business aspect in terms of shared programs and shared services. The actual combining of local governments on Long Island will be much harder to do because a lot of these local governments do provide very specific services and are very efficient, and also many of the people do respect the local governments and enjoy them quite a bit. So I think we have to continue to look at shared programs in that extent. In terms of tax relief, we're going to look into and see whether or not our local governments can comply with the program that the governor has laid out, and we want to make sure that the middle class tax cuts do continue to be sustained. So I think that's all very important. Other things that the governor finally mentioned that he's neglected to mention in the past is actually the words Common Core. So it's good to see that he's paying attention to it, and we're going to have a commission that's going to continue to make sure that the Common Core going forward is implemented properly, and that all stakeholders have a say in the process, and also exempting the K through 2 students from any types of standardized testing, where we need to emphasize more in terms of educational experience than the test itself. So I think that's a very good thing. Also, we need to continue to emphasize mandate relief. The governor did bring it up briefly today. He didn't bring it up in the State of the Union, but that is where the real cost savings are going to be, giving the local governments the flexibility that they need. So we'll be looking, at all this as the budget process continues. At the same sense, we want to make sure that the budget isn't balanced on the backs of the people that need the services the most, especially children. And we want to make sure that our K through 12 schools have the proper funding. And also we're going to continue to fight to make sure that in the 10th Assembly District, the Sagamore Psychiatric Children's Center is not closed.